Hi, we're here at Senior Lobby Day 2012 in Olympia, and with Paul Tosch, first person we're going to talk to today, actually, the Regional Long-Term Care Ombudsman, who's responsible for 3 counties, Lewis, Mason, and Thurston. Paul, nice to see you. It's an event I imagine you've been coming to for quite some time yourself?
I've been regional for 7.5 years, and I've been coming to Senior Lobby Day for a whole 7 years.
All right, now the guy working the camera right now happens to be a long-term care ombudsman himself back in our neck of the woods in North Central Washington, but remind us, in case folks don't already know what ombudsmen do and why it's important what you do.
Well, the Ombudsman is a Swedish organized advocate. We advocate for residents in licensed long-term care facilities like nursing homes, boarding homes, which are assisted living facilities, and adult family homes. And what we do is we go in and we try to educate them on their residents' rights and empower them to speak up for themselves, but for lots of varying reasons, if they're afraid to, fear of being retaliated against or whatever. With their permission, we can speak on their behalf and solve many of their complaints.
Right now, 7 years ago, when you first started coming here, I was just glancing actually at some of the budgetary things that we'll be talking about on the agenda today here at this event, and the numbers are sloping either in one direction when you talk about money that needs to be there and isn't, or another direction as far as money that isn't there any longer. How dramatic have the cuts been, financially speaking, since you started coming here related to the things that your office is doing?
Well, our entire state budget is roughly $1.8+ million for the entire state. Last year we lost federal funds, just federal funds, in the tune of $612,000. And we are now on the governor's budget cuts to the amount of $327,000. The House Republicans lowered that cut to $189,000, and the House Democrats have not included us in the cuts so far. So we're keeping our fingers crossed, because if we get both those cuts, our program will be cut at least by 50% statewide, and that's a huge cut. I was only full-time in the regional, and that would cut me down about 15, 16 hours a week.
And at this point, again, you're playing the waiting game between parties as far as what might happen. What typically has happened in the past, Paul, when the parties or when different folks here at the Capitol have disagreed or at least not really said up front, all of them, what they're going to do, as opposed to others who've included some pretty massive cuts. How does it usually shake out?
Well, all the legislators that I've talked to fully support our program. The problem is there's a fiscal note to this. And they say, if we can find the money, you've got the money. Because it's going to cost, if we lose a lot of our visits to the residents, the state licensors will have to answer the complaints. And that's going to cost the state a lot more money than it is for our program.
Now, I say this with a degree of sincerity, I suppose. How is the Ombudsman's lobbyist group right now? Do you have folks that lobby for you as head?
Oh, absolutely.
You do?
Yes. Yeah, we have Jerry Riley, Patricia Hunter as the state long-term care ombudsman, but Jerry's right in there. We have the AARP program backing us up. We have the senior lobby backing us up with their talking points when they go visit the legislators. So we have lots of support.
So you do have some help out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Paul, one last thing that I am curious to know, when you talk about finding money, or when you talk to legislators and they say, hey, find me the money or show me where we might be able to find the money, we can help you out. It's got to call on some creativity for you to be able to use to be able to find that money. Are you getting more into that business as time carries on?
I don't have the knowledge to do that. We have lots of people in our program that are quite knowledgeable at finding money, and hopefully we can find them all the time.
We certainly hope you can too. Paul, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for being here again at Senior Lobby. Your 8th year now, right? Or 7?
7.5 years, and I've been a volunteer. I started as a volunteer 10.5 years ago. So I've been in the Ombudsman program 10.5 years.
Very good. So you've climbed the ladder right on up and on the way. Anything that you want to do beyond an ombudsman type work?
No, I've always told my bosses that the only way that I'll quit or resign from the regional position is when I'm 6 feet under.
Okay.
Well, I love the program.
Wow. Well, you're very passionate about it. So many people here obviously are, based on the different things that they represent, and everybody passionate about one thing, and that is making sure that people are taken care of.
That's
the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
Absolutely. Paul, again, thanks so much. We'll see you as the conference continues.
Okay, very good. Thank you.